What's going on, guys? Vinny Vega here, and welcome to my weapon guide to Titanfall. This is the first episode of the series, so let's get right into it. For today's episode, we are covering the R-101c Carbine. You get this gun right off the gate at level 1. The iron sights on the carbine are very clean. This gun performs very well to close to medium engagements. For a primary weapon that's available right away, this is an excellent choice to use in this game. Looking at the stat chart from Simthic.com going from left to right, the carbine has a fire rate of 810 RPMs. This is about 4th in the tier of weapons as far as RPMs go. The little charts next to it represents the damage profile, max and minimum range. This is based off of a 200 health system as opposed to a 100 health system that you normally see in games. It deals a max damage of 50, with the damage starting to drop off at 32.39 meters, to its minimum damage of 40 at 43.82 meters. This will be a 4 to 6 shot kill depending on how far away you are. The carbine also has a headshot multiplier of 1.4. That equals out to 3 shots to kill if you hit every single shot in the head within the max damage range. A 4 shot to kill at the minimum range. In this next clip, Mongo Not Know and I verified the damage max and minimum. In the first clip, this is the max damage range.
Pilot, your Titan will be ready in 2 minutes.
In this next clip, this is about 50 meters out.
Okay, your Titan's prepped for launch. Call it when ready.
You're picking that pilot apart.
That little pop you hear is the last bullet landing for the kill. The carbine is an absolute monster while using the amped version of it, bringing its max damage up to 70 and its minimal up to 50. This provides a 3 to 4 shot kill no matter what. The range stays the same while using the amped variant. It also gives you a 1.85 zoom HCOG sight as well. This will give you an easier time tackling those targets from longer range. I will get into optical attachments in just a minute. While using the silencer attachment, the range stays the same but the damage decreases. The max damage while using the silencer is 49 and the minimum damage is 34. You may not notice the difference in close range, but you will feel the sting at longer ranges. Versus Titans, the carbine will do 25 damage across the board, which is kind of like throwing a stick at it, so don't even think about trying to do this. The rodeo damage is 100. This is average compared to the rodeo damage of the other guns. The reload speed is 2.2 seconds when there's at least one bullet left in the chamber, and 2.92 seconds when it's empty. While using the quick reload kit, the reload speed is 1.7 seconds with the bullet left in the chamber, and 1.9 while empty. I wasn't able to find an exact number for the quick reload, but I was able to slow it down enough to where I can see a rough estimate of what it is, and that's what I came up with. 1 second may not seem like a big deal, but it's a huge gap in when it comes to first-person shooters. It can make the difference between living and dying. The one on the left is a standard tactical reload, and the one on the right is an empty reload using the quick reload kit. As you can see, the quick reload kit is very beneficial and not a bad option to use. The magazine size is 24 rounds with a max ammo capacity of 240 rounds in reserve. Extended mags will bring it to 30 rounds at max ammo capacity of 300. Considering the fact you resupply every time you get into your Titan, running out of ammo is very uncommon. With the low clip size, I highly recommend using extended mags. The numbers on the far right of the chart represent the bullet spread, while ADS and from the hip. The higher the number, the higher the deviation. Simthic.com covers a variety of games such as Battlefield and Cod as well. The empty black box usually represents recoil pattern. Since there isn't stats on recoil patterns for Titanfall, I did some of my own tests. The first clip I fire off is just pulling the trigger while ADSing, and not touching the movement sticks. The second clip I use the stick to control the recoil, and the last one is straight from the hip. As you can see, the recoil goes slightly up, then stops. Very easy to control. You should only hip fire when you're extremely close to an enemy. Later you'll see a couple of examples of the effective range of the hip fire. Getting into the optical attachments, there are 3 to choose from. The HCOG sight, like I mentioned earlier, offers a 1.8 times zoom. The Holo sight offers a 2.1 times zoom, and the AOG sight offers a 2.4 times zoom. I'm using the HCOG sight in this game clip. The HCOG is very clean, easy to use, perfect for close to medium encounters. You might have a little more trouble at longer ranges, but it can get the job done. The AOG sight, however, is obstructive and really not a good fit for the carbine. It also gives more of a visual idle sway that I've noticed while aiming down sights. I suggest using the HCOG or the holo sight. I prefer the holo sight myself. It's an excellent sight in general, and I'll get into why in just a second. For this class build, we are trying to maximize the carbine's effectiveness. Let's get right into that. For our primary weapon, which is pretty obvious, we're going to go with the R-101 Carbine C. And for attachments, we are going to go with the holo sight and the extended mags. The anti-Titan weapon, charge rifle. Sidearm, me personally, I don't use my sidearm all that much, but the Hammond is a good choice. We'll go with that. Tactical ability, cloak. Ordnance, I have to go with satchel charges. I just love throwing those bags of explosive goodness everywhere, so we'll go with that. Tier 1 kit, I'd go with either quick reload, or if you're a satchel whore like myself, then go with explosive pack to get that extra bag of goodness. For tier 2, I usually use minion detector. It's the most practical one to use. I mean, the other ones are more situational, and it's the best choice because it helps us track where our enemies are spawning from. The holo sight is the good all-rounder of the three. Very clean, nothing getting in the way. The 2.1 times zoom is only a slight decrease in magnification by comparison to the AOG sight. I also want to thank Simthic.com for allowing me to use their stat chart. I left a link in the description, so check them out. Very good site for comparing stats. I did make a slight modification to the chart. The 24 sitting next to the little 240 originally said 30 and 300. That's pre-patch numbers. I have been communicating with the guys at Simthic, and they said they will be looking into updating. Besides that, everything checked out. I also want to note this is 360 gameplay. I will be doing the rest of my weapon guides on Xbox One. My copy of Titanfall for Xbox One is on its way via Amazon, so I should be getting that by the end of the week. Hope you guys have an amazing day today, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.